Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for May 2024. It's just a general see what comes out reading. This is Barefoot Mama Intuitive reading. If you want to enter to win a free reading, please, I can say words, put free reading in the comments. I will announce the winner on 5/5 in a separate post. You can donate via Cash App, book a personal with me on Etsy, or view kind of the more like spiritual stuff over on Patreon. You can get a week free there by signing up. So all that information is in the description box below. I also have a yoga channel, and I hope to be posting there more regularly. So you can check that out if you're interested. The heart of your reading today is the Four of Cups reversed and the High Priestess. You stepping into your divine feminine energy here, maybe seeing through the veil, having strength, and establishing a new foundation for how you intuit messages from the divine, or how you take steps in your life to move forward, which is more established now through receiving messages and guidance from the divine, from your ancestors, from passed on loved ones. The Four of Cups reverse talks about like emotional stagnation. So it may have taken you some time to come to a place where receiving these signs, synchronicities, and symbols was acceptable for you. Like you needed to get your rational mind out of the way a little bit in order to be more free flowing, to move forward. So we haven't like prayed to open the reading yet, but this is a really great message to start things out. Spirit, please protect this reading. Send any negative energy back to sender, transmuted tenfold for the greatest good of all and harm to none. Archangel Michael, please bring clear messages through in this reading. And Mother Mary, please protect this reading with messages of compassion. Amen, amen, so mote it be. With star at the below space in your reading. So these are the tools you're working with, is like your wish fulfillment, your hopes, your desires, your dreams. You're literally manifesting and co-creating with the divine right now. That's what this is, the High Priestess and the star. What's in your past energy? The Page of Cups. You had an idea. Maybe you want to start a business. You had, okay. So what I'm seeing here with the Page of Cups, right, is like you had this realization recently where you were like, oh, I can do this. And it could just be like manifesting with the divine, co-creating with the divine, which is not a just thing, right? Like I'm just doing that. It's kind of a big deal. But it's also like you started to recently feel safe in doing this. I'm seeing the red all over him, indicating the Muladhara chakra, or the first chakra, which is the seat of our safety and our energy here, as well as the blue all over. It talks about the Visuddha fifth chakra, space for communication. There's a lot of blue here. I think the communication that you're experiencing is like an open stream of communication with the divine or spirit, your guides, again, your ancestors. What's crowning you? Seven of Swords, moving in silence. Yeah, I think that you're moving in silence, or receiving messages in silence. This is also an interesting card to come up here because this guy is like running away from this army camp with 5 swords. There's 2 left. I don't know that he can even carry them if he wanted to, but he's disarming the enemy camp. Or, I mean, it could even be his own camp, just like sort of impressing upon them the message that violence is not like the answer or necessary. Huh. That's an interesting message to come through there. Violence is not necessary. Also, there's these people in the background who I've never noticed before, ever. They're all like silhouetted here. So all these people are operating in their shadow. You might be very familiar with the astral realm, or you might be working in the astral realm, and you might be encountering more like shadow aspects of people around you right now. The star can talk about, with Aquarius energy, hope for community, hope for others. So I feel like you might be having this idea about how to assist your community, especially in addressing like shadow aspects of themselves through some establishment of like spirituality. You might be writing a book about your spiritual experiences, or experiences in the astral. You might be like a channeler, a tarot reader, a psychic. You could be anything really, and be embracing these gifts, but you are, whoever I'm talking to is very in tune. This is interesting because the water sign readings this week have been very esoteric. They've been very like occult centered, or like spiritually centered readings. So I'm not sure what's happening in the astrology this week, but if you know, please let me know. Let us know in the comments. Nine of Cups. Sweet. You go from the Four of Cups reversed to the Nine of Cups in like one cycle, less than a cycle, because we still have like the outcome and everything to pull here. So you're feeling really emotionally content with this decision, with following through on this idea. You're seeing the results of your actions and your thought processes and your wish fulfillment in a way that is making you like satisfied. You're feeling satisfied. This white robe indicates spirituality. The red on his head talks about, again, the root chakra, and then more blue behind this, like something about your ability to communicate with the divine, or communicate your spiritual beliefs, is bringing immense wish fulfillment here. What is going on externally? The Four of Wands reversed. Oh man, that's so interesting. Okay, so this could just indicate that because you're sort of diving deep into this spiritual like aspect of your life right now, you're kind of in that mode. You might be like sort of separated from your community a little bit. People might be like, where's Pisces? Why haven't they come to hang out with us? Like if people are inviting you out to go like party or go for drinks or something, you're like, I'm good. I'm gonna stay home and like talk to my guides or something. What are you seeing this as this the devil? Holy moly. Okay, so you're seeing this situation as spiritual warfare. You're like, I'm not gonna go out and party and get drunk and stuff because I've got like, I'm battling demons. The Scorpio reading this week was really interesting. It was like about people who were attuned to the ability to like see other dimensional beings, essentially, in their third eye, right? So you might check out the Scorpio reading as well. You are like going toe to toe with your personal devils, and you're feeling super satisfied about it. That is so interesting. You're like, oh yeah, I get it. What? That is the calmest encounter with the devil I've ever seen. You're just like, oh yeah, I know you. I've seen you before. What's up? It kind of reminds me of Constantine, that movie with Keanu Reeves, right, where he meets the devil and he's just like, oh, like the devil's like, I'm personally coming down here to deliver you, and he's like, what's up? It's like, you're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, not even worried about it. And I don't ever recommend like laughing in the devil's face, right? There's real evil in the world, but I think you understand this, and you're using your gifts. The Hermit reversed in your advice talks about revealing your gifts. It talks about the spiritual knowledge that you have, the vital energy, this star that you've attained through going within, being released outwards, shining outwards, giving hope to others. What's the outcome for you here? Death. Yeah, okay. You might definitely check out the Scorpio reading. Also, though, this death card talks about the ending of a cycle, transmutation, leveling up. What's the death card and the outcome for Pisces? The Eight of Cups reverse. The Five of Wands reverse. The Fool reverse, the Sun reverse. So something's happening for the greatest good of all involved. That's the Sun reverse. The Fool reverse and the Five of Wands reverse is like, you're not really interested in the drama, in like, this came up again in Scorpio's reading, like re-entering the fray. Scorpio's reading was like, are you going to enter the fray again? Like, you've gone through your transmutation cycle, your ego death, your eclipse, season, right? And are you gonna now jump back in to like do that fool's journey again on the tarot, like assume a new ego identity and then allow that to also fall away at some point? And this is telling me that you're kind of like, I'm good, like I don't want to do that. Like, can I just rest for a little while, or can I just chill in this, like, the death energy is a void space too, right? It's not like a bad thing. It's and then you have the eight of cups here reversed with the eclipse here. Yeah, there's something about like this void space that occurs after you've faced your devil or gone toe to toe with it. You release this like esoteric, like spiritual knowledge out into your community, or just even into the astral realm. And then there's this darkness that it's like the pause before the first breath of new life, and you're I think you're sort of indulging in the pause, like you're going to be able to manifest anything and everything for the greatest good of all moving forward. You have all of these like tools you're working with, especially esoterically. You feel very emotionally fulfilled. You've found that, so the eight of cups is reversed here, so it's like you've moved away from whatever successes you had previously into your that one cup that was missing, that one thing, like you found it. You have 9-9 here. You might be seeing 999 as confirmation of this message. You also have 2 4s, 4499. You might look that up. It could be that you're 49 years old. Your birthday could be the 4th or the 9th. 94, you could have been born in 94. Okay. What I'm seeing though is like the void space is a difficult place because it feels empty, it feels lonely, it feels oppressive, because it's like requesting that you go through that birthing process, which is really painful for the mother and the child, right? Like, so metaphorically, in the spiritual way of birthing a new ego identity, there's a lot of intention for this manifestation that is required of you. And so this is like kind of what you're doing. You might be like cooking up a manifestation of a new ego identity here, like writing it down, envisioning your wish fulfillment, what it is that makes you happy, moving in silence, not telling other people about your manifestations so that they can't like interfere with their own opinions or their own energy, right? Yeah, this is why you're sort of staying away. What is this devil? The 2 of Wands reversed and the 9 of Wands. Okay, but you've been sort of having maybe some difficulty letting go of the past because it wounded you. And something about the wounded warrior in the 9 of Wands, 999, might be standing out to you, is that sometimes the 9 of Wands can talk about victim mentality. It can talk about like it's hard to identify as being a victim initially, right? Like for many people. And so when you finally get to that point where you're like, oh man, I've been through this. That was crazy. I can't believe I went through that. That can be a difficult process on the other side of it can be a difficult identity to let go of. So you're letting go of the identity of like the wounded warrior. Because wherever you're at with the 4 of Cups reverse it hasn't been, in the 2 of Wands reverse, it hasn't been allowing you to move forward. It hasn't been allowing you to feel like you have the world in your hands, even though you do. And that's this devil situation. You could be dealing with, I'm seeing the bandage on his head standing out. Like you could have had like a traumatic brain injury. You could have just been dealing with some mental stuff that was kind of holding you back. And there's a lot of green on this card that talks about like needing to heal the heart space. You may have been connecting with nature again, or you might be encouraged to connect with nature again. The Hermit reverses the Ace of Cups. That's great. This is that cup from the 8 to the 9, right? This is that cup of spirituality, of emotional fulfillment through connection with your divine. And it has opened up, like, I think all of these abilities, capabilities, perceptions for you, things that you were resisting before. It's like a whole new world, right? You're like, whoa. And also there's an element of peace and you prioritizing your peace with this dove and the wafer there, that you've not done before. I think I'm getting the sense that you just haven't essentially like prioritized your peace in the past. And this could be meaning for you that you're letting go of people who um are not prioritizing that for you or for themselves. What's the Death, 8 of Cups reversed, Temperance reversed? Yeah, you're putting an end to anything or any cycle in your life that like creates imbalances, especially in your vital energy. You're focusing on your wish fulfillment. The star can also mean hope after loss. So you are definitely clearing things out, letting go. The Fool, the 5 of Wands, the Sun reverse is the Queen of Cups. Could be dealing with a Cancer. There's a lot of water energy here. You could look into all the water signs readings, because I would say that like if you're working with other water signs right now, you're going to be able to manifest much more quickly all together. You're going to be able to like help each other heal emotionally. She has like the Holy Grail here essentially, or the Covenant, the Ark of the Covenant. Something could be standing out about like making a pact with other people, especially water signs, starting like a coven. Like you could be working with other people in magic, or like just in church even. Like you could be starting, it could be something as simple as like a reading group with your church group or something. But this is you having compassion for things that happened in the past, for yourself, for the actions you've taken, for the ways that you've behaved that you may feel ashamed of, and releasing them. And then also just really embracing the gift of your emotional sensitivity. You could have really cut yourself off from the ability to care about your own emotions or other people's, like because it was too feminine, or it made you feel too vulnerable, or like emotions are not necessarily considered like valid reasons to act in however you were brought up. But of course I think many of us understand that like emotions are what drive us, and that a lot of us are like struggling. Why is this coming through, Spirit? 10 of Wands, 2 of Cups reversed. I think that with the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups reversed as your new emotional beginning, it's like you understand that while you may not be at fault for the things that have occurred to you or against you, you are responsible for how you move forward. And I'm not saying that you haven't noticed that or done that before, only like you were sort of lacking some sort of cohesive oneness between your divine masculine and divine feminine here. Again, because if emotions weren't something that were like seen as valid or important in your family, then you were, potentially suppressing them. So with the 4 of Cups reversed, 8 of Cups reversed, it's like you're done repressing or suppressing your emotions. You're like seeing them as valid. You're offering them your energy, your time, your devotion. You're doing the shadow work. There's a lot of astral energy here. You're doing the shadow work, and you may even be recognizing what other people look like who haven't done their shadow work, right? These silhouettes here. I'm hearing Plato's allegory of the cave. The Ark of the Covenant talks about potentially just a covenant with yourself, like never to go through that again. your emotions may have like overcome you with the Temperance card reverse. Like if you suppress them for a long time, they may have come up in this like like upwelling, right? And you're needing to just continue to offer yourself compassion. This is going to allow you with the Sun reverse, the Fool reverse, and the Five of Wands reverse to also stand as like a light to others, an example to others. They're going to see this new beginning for you. The Hierophant and the High Priestess. Yeah. This is like the alchemical marriage, the divine masculine and feminine coming into balance for you. And you may also be meeting people or meeting someone who's a divine counterpart to you in a spiritual sense, potentially like a twin flame connection. You're trying to like kind of avoid looking at a twin flame connection as well. You could have been the runner in a situation. And you sort of let that go, or vice versa, you know, they were the runner and you like kind of let that go. And then this is creating union, whether it's occurring in the 5D or whether it's occurring within yourself. Yeah, okay. I want to pull one universal truth card. Let me know if this resonated for you. Like, comment, share, subscribe if it did. Help my channel grow. I'm the little channel. Focus. Whatever we focus on becomes our reality. Thomas Edison made over 5,000 attempts before he discovered the right filament for the light bulb. Look how the world was created in 7 days. Focus is the gift that turns confusion into certainty. It is a virtual force, the evidence of staunch hearts and fearless minds. When applied properly, it creates the powerful convergence of thought, action, and end result. By focusing on something, we energize it. By completing something, it energizes us. Focus refines our thoughts and defines our passions, creating the emergence of our power and purpose. This transmits information in a conceivable way so the universe can hear us. Focus transforms our limited thought forms into our unlimited potential. Yeah, this is Page of Cups, your limited thought forms into the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Unlimited potential. Wow. There's something about you understanding that this comes from compassion for yourself and others as well, with the Queen of Cups and Death here. All right, Pisces, thanks for being here. I will see you all next time.